If you played football growing up, you probably heard of Pop Warner. Well, Pop Warner isn't just a league, he was a guy, especially a coach, who gave us many things that we use today, such as the huddle. He also gave us single and double wing formations. Well, let's fast forward to Bill Walsh. Walsh is the father of the West Coast offense, and that's built on ball control and quick rhythmic passes that stretch the defense horizontally. These days, most coaches run some variation of the West Coast offense, often paired with the wide zone concepts. Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay are two coaches that run this version to near perfection. They use condensed formations, which help create better blocking angles, especially on outside runs. It keeps defenders close so blockers don't have to chase. And when you reduce receiver splits, it's harder for DBs to press and it's tougher to run man coverage. It creates natural picks and rubs. There's a lot more to it, but let's get to the practice field, walk through it, and then go to some gameplay footage. All right, so we have Tyreek Hill on a jet sweep. He's running across this way. We have inside zone blocking, which means our offensive line is the block scheme is going to go in this direction, and our tight end is going out here and blocking. Now, what is the significance of this jet sweep motion with the running going opposite of it? Well, you're making the defense guard the entire width of the field. There's a possibility the play could run this way. There's a possibility this play could go this way. And with him expanding this way, it's not like he's going to get the ball and just cut straight up, right? The whole goal of this play is to make all of these defenders have to go all the way to the sideline. All right, so let's run this and then I'll show you guys from the backside view. So you see here, we had to influence these players. We have blocking, boom, and he has to get all the way to the sideline. So now you have a 3-on-3 situation here. All right, so let's look at it from the other side and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so blocking wise, let's talk about the blocking. We're gonna have inside zone blocking. What's gonna happen is you got a block here. He's gonna come out and help. Center takes here. He's gonna take here. I'm pretty sure they double team and then move up. Our tight end is gonna expand this way. Now, the cool thing about this is we leave this defensive end unchecked, and there's a reason for that. Well, regular inside zone blocking, he's left unguarded. The tight end would work his way up to the second level, and that's because even under center, you leave him unblocked because there is the potential for the quarterback to run a boot, right? You want to take advantage of overly aggressive defensive ends or maybe very passive defensive ends, right? So this defensive end is passive. He doesn't, attack downhill quick enough, so we can take advantage of that with running the ball and then running a boot. Or maybe we can run a counter because I know he's, passive. So there's a bunch of different things like that. So we leave him unblocked. We see how this is going to work. From the other view, we knew that this player is going to expand with the motion. He's going to expand with the motion. The rest of the defense is going to have to, you're going to see, they're going to have to just kind of sit for a second. He's going to have to sit for a second because this play has 3 different ways it could go. All right. So you have the jet that could happen. You have the running back running this way, and you also have to worry about the quarterback keeping it on a boot. So you're gonna see them all hesitate for a second. So let's run this. Boom. You see they're making their checks on defense. So as soon as that happens, you see the linebackers start to move this way. You can already see his hips, this player's hips are turned in this direction. He's looking. Now you're gonna see this middle linebacker have to hesitate for just a quick second to really diagnose what's going on. This isn't a simple, nobody's moving, it's static, running back, boom, like that. So he's gonna have to sit for a second. You see him sit for a second. He has to see, does the quarterback have the ball? Does the running back have the ball? Or does Tyreek Hill have the ball? Another player that you need to look at is this defensive end. You may say he's looking directly at Tyreek Hill, but he's not. He's looking at the running back. All right, and you're going to be able to tell because of this. So Tyreek Hill has the ball. This defensive end is looking at this running back quarterback exchange. My guess is they've been running the ball pretty well this game, and this defensive end is just, okay, you know what? They've been running the ball really well. Maybe they ran this jet sweep action a lot and didn't run the ball, so he gets keyed in on the run, and then Tyreek Hill is out with two blockers, and all he would have to do is make sure that this player misses in the case that these two hold up their blocks. Now, what is so significant about this? I want you to look at this hash. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 players in this hash, and there's 3 way out here, right? So you have your 2-on-3 situation right here. You've essentially taken everybody else kind of out of the play. That is the significance of condensed formations. I know this wasn't a very condensed formation, but that's the significance of these condensed formations and them attacking space, right? They're forcing the defense to guard all the way to the sideline. All right, so you see that, and he's able to pick up his yards. Now let's go over to Madden, and I'll show you where Madden kind of falls short with jet sweep, and how this jet sweep, if they did it right, could make this offense a little bit more viable. All right, so I'm going to circle the edge rusher here. You're going to see that he does not try to diagnose what's going on. It's almost like he just automatically knows that Davante Adams has the ball, right? Now, I get it. There could be a scheme thing to where, hey, if they run this, just attack Davante Adams. But I would prefer there be some sort of setting, or there be some sort of ability to where, you know, edge rushers or quarterbacks, I don't know, there should be something to where a defender has to diagnose something, right? There needs to be some sort of setting. But as you see here, I mean, he made a beeline right when the ball was hiked to get straight down. And out of all the all 22 footage, I haven't seen a player do this unless it was a Tyreek Hill situation, and they've been running a jet sweep motion all game, and then there was a switch, and now he's been attacking that player, you know, for the rest of the game, and the rest of the defense does something else. But it almost seems like when you're running a jet sweep, the defense just knows it's a jet sweep, and everyone attacks the jet sweep. Nobody is being patient backside, or being, I should say, gap sound backside. They just kind of immediately go with the zone, and you can tell by how the defenders are moving in this play. And it's very frustrating because it makes this offensive philosophy a bit weird when you're running these, because I don't have to be as gap sound. Now, you're going to see later on, depending on who you use, you can really take advantage of this, because you run this a couple of times, even if you're not very successful, your opponent is going to really pay attention to that jet sweep, and you can take people out of the play, which is the whole purpose of this motion. So let's go ahead, let's get this going, and then I'll move on from there. All right, so this edge rusher, you're going to see the difference in a jet sweep and a fake jet sweep inside zone. They actually play this a bit better, in my opinion, because like I said, out of all 22 footage I've seen, usually that defensive end will kind of surf. He'll do a surf technique, or he's not going to be too aggressive and try to just straight out play that and then make his decision, because if he does that, he takes himself out of the play. That's one less defender. And then also you're going to see, like I said, it's going to influence the user, especially depending on who they use. Just watch what he does. For a split second, he hesitates, and that gives my linemen time to move up. Now, obviously, they didn't move up towards him, but they give him enough time to move up. Now, one way to actually get a solid jet sweep in is in I-form or wing sets. I've noticed it's blocked a bit better to where you can actually run that play. If you're running this out of 2x2 sets, it tends to not block the right way, so I would definitely do that. Now, once again, pay attention to the user who is a middle linebacker. You're going to see he is so worried about that. He takes himself out of the play, and we got a huge gap up the middle to run. We get our first down. Play action boots are another big part of this offense, and once again, you're attacking space. You are making the defense expand, and that's why the run is so important in this. Is you need to get those players to hesitate just long enough so that you can really get your athletes in space. And you see here the corner is so worried about something going inside, so we're able to attack outside. The main takeaways of this offensive philosophy is you're forcing the defense to not only guard what's in front of them, but guard sideline to sideline. That's 52 yards of field that they have to guard every single play. So let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite way to attack defenses in condensed formations, and what is your favorite condensed formation? Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys come back next time, and I will not take this long to make another video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.